Hello everybody, hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk. As I've already stated with one of today's videos, it's going to be a very interesting week for the channel, entering new territory on some very serious accusations and stories to cover. And I just want you guys all to know I'm going to do my best to share the information with all of you and try not to offend either side of the argument. This being one of the more serious stories out there revolving around Tom, otherwise known as ProSyndicate, now facing accusations from two women in the past. One story stemming from 2016, the other from 2012. I do want to say, as we recording this, Tom has actually responded on Twitter denying these allegations and also calling them false allegations as well, surrounding both the events with both of these women. One of which was actually a consensual relationship, at least for most of the time, according to her own words, that being a YouTuber and creator known as Zombie Unicorn, that referencing a situation back in 2016 while the two worked on a show known as Legends of Gaming, and another stemming back all the way to 2012 in an LA hotel room with Tom's ex-girlfriend, that being Caitlin Witcher, also coming out hours later. I will give you guys their side, of course, talk about Tom's response, and you guys, of course, as always, can leave your thoughts down below. These are very serious accusations, and we will cover both sides. Once Tom does reply, apparently later this week, sometime addressing all of these allegations, we will cover both sides of this because it is very, very serious. At the end of the day, it just puts me in a very weird and a new spot for me when it comes time for covering this series of topics, because you would hope these women would not lie about such serious things. And on the reverse side of that, you would hope Tom would not lie about calling them false accusations as well. And that's where we see both sides coming from. You see people out there, of course, hoping these women would not be lying about this and would be telling the truth about such serious things. And you see some very diehard fans and viewers thinking that Tom would also never lie. Someone is telling the truth and someone is not. We will cover both sides for all of you guys. Let's first talk about Zombie Unicorn and her incident stretching back to 2016.
Is Syndicate. We were on Legends of Gaming together, and we were, friends with benefits, and we were having relations. It was a secret because, not everybody needs to know about, your private sexual life, but there was a time when I went to his place at night, and I always made sure that we had condoms, and one night we were drinking, and he said he didn't have any. And I said, okay, we can only continue if you pull out, because I don't take birth control because the hormones affect me. And he already knew that. They affect me really badly. And I told him that he had to do that. And when the time came, I was on top of him, and he was like saying that he was about to. And I was like, okay, I'm getting off. I'm going to get off of you. And he held me down, physically forced me down, and so that I could not get off of him. And I smacked him, and I said, no, stop. And I got off of him, finally, when he let me go. And I immediately went to go, clean myself up in the bathroom. And then I found condoms in there, and I was like, what the fuck? You lied about this. And then the next morning, a woman who works for him, and I don't want to, you probably know who it is, but, I really hope that if somebody asks.
Supposedly, in her own words, was a consensual relationship until one moment where it was not. The two of them were actually drinking. It included sexual relations, and once those were ongoing, it was supposedly, according to Zombie Unicorn, Tom had lied about having condoms, and once she had tried to get off, he then held her down, and eventually leading to her smacking him and eventually getting off of him. The next morning, she was actually led by one of Tom's co-workers of his company, that being 3 Black Dot, a female that Zombie Unicorn would not name, to get Plan B. Then we go to the second accusation, which came out shortly after Zombie Unicorn posted her videos. That being an ex-girlfriend of Tom, known as Caitlin Witcher, has also come out with a series of videos, which will also be linked down below for all of you guys. A summary of those being several times denying consented things with Syndicate, supposedly in an LA hotel room back in 2012, until eventually, after she had not consented multiple times, what in her own words she said, Syndicate then assaulted her. Again, another very serious accusation, and here's at least part of her response as well.
The first time things started happening, he told me to be quiet and that I was supposed to like it And so I thought he was right because I didn't know any better. Because I had never dated someone before. He would try to have me be peer pressured into drinking, even though I was very adamant I didn't want to, because I had alcoholics in the family, and at the time it was really affecting my life. And I didn't want alcohol to be a part of my life, but he didn't care. He would just put drinks in front of me and demand for me to drink them. I just passed that off as like someone who really wanted me to drink. I thought that was normal behavior. And then when I moved to LA and people were like, oh, do you want to drink? And I was like, no, I don't drink. They're like, okay. And that's when I realized it's not normal behavior. We were in a hotel once and he wanted me to perform acts onto him, and he wanted to perform acts onto me, but I didn't want to. And so I say we, but he was yelling at me and I was sitting on the floor crying, and he told me to grow up and this is what adults do, and there's something wrong with me for not wanting to do this. It was in the dead of night. We were supposed to get dinner with friends, but instead he left without me. And I walked around London at night because I'd rather die than have to go through that again, and I was too scared to do anything about it. In the same hotel where that happened, he would also... I would try to shower, and he would barge in the bathroom and sit on the toilet and open the door because he wanted to watch. And I asked him not to because it made me uncomfortable. And he argued with me that he wanted to see, and I said, please leave. And so I tried to wrap myself in a towel, and he ripped the towel out of my hands. And so I grabbed another towel, and he ripped that out of my hands. In December 2012, I came to LA. We were in the hotel room, and he said that he wanted to do things, and I said no, and he said yes, and I said no. And so he grabbed me by the ankles and pulled me. And I tried crawling away, saying, no, please no, just begging him not to. But he wouldn't let go of my ankles, and he kept pulling me across the bed. And he told me to be quiet and just take it.
And amidst all of this, guys, in the past 24 hours or so, Syndicate, like I said, has also responded on Twitter saying, I honestly don't know what to say with all these allegations being made against me. I'm in actual shock. I seriously am. I want to address every single thing that's been said. I'll be making a statement regarding all the false allegations in the following days. And that's really the best we can hope for. You don't want to rush out a response, as we have seen at least a few times in the past when it comes time for such serious accusations and a number of allegations against you. I'm very curious what a guy like Syndicate will say about this, and once he does respond, I will cover that for all of you guys. Again, this is new territory for me. There are certainly two sides to every story. We'll explain both those sides and see what everyone is left thinking after they are both revealed. My thoughts go out to both sides in this, and it's just very tough for me because like I said before, you hope that neither side is lying, but certainly something is up and the truth will come out. I hope you guys all enjoy. There will be a few lighter-hearted videos out there today, but I wanted to address the big situations first to start off this week as well. Please give me your thoughts, your insights. I do appreciate you guys as well for all the support during these wild times, very unfortunate times as well. Certainly don't enjoy this, guys, but I felt the need to at least cover it in a sense. Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy. Drink your water, drink your coffee. I'll see you guys back here sometime soon.